All right, Shalom. First off, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father's true name, Yahweh Shai being the name of his only begotten Son. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all you walk him throughout the four corners of the earth, continuing to push and do the works in truth and sincerity. This is the brother Masha Mayum, one of the men here with the GMS branch out here in the morning camp. Here with another quick lesson through the spirit, and pretty much this lesson is inspired off of a group meet challenge a brother posted, and pretty much just dealing with giving the Lord our all right. Different precepts were posted by the brothers, and I thought I'd just do a lesson off of it. But yeah, and excuse me, Salakia, for my voice. I'm a little sick right now, so. But this is let's start off with the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, starting at verse. Deuteronomy chapter 10 is starting at verse 12, and it reads, "And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy power require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul." All right. And plain and simple, okay, that's what's required of us, okay. The Israelites, all right, to fear the Lord with all thy power, okay, with all thy heart and with all thy soul. All right. And when you go into this word soul real quick, it's it's the word napash. All right, and it says soul, self, life, um living, being, all right, activity of mind, And when I read this, pretty much, it made me think of Romans 12:1, okay? Because what does that say? Let's get that real quick. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1, and it reads, "I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service." Okay? So, basically, with thy whole heart and thy soul, okay? And that's what? That's our whole life, pretty much, all right? Your whole life is to be devoted unto the Lord, okay? Which is what? Giving it your all right? Our mind and our whole focus, okay, should be what? On the work of the Lord, okay? From there, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and start at verse 10, and it reads, Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might, for there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. Okay? But it said what? Whatsoever thou findest thy hand to do, do it with thy might. Okay? And that's what? That's really how the mentality and the attitude we're supposed to have when it comes to doing the work of the Lord. All right? Now, I know sometimes being in this flesh we fall short, but what? It's a mentality to keep in the back of our heads, or not even. It's a mentality to keep in our minds, okay, and to continue to strive after, okay. Because real quick, let's get this real quick, because it says what? I just started this precept. This is Matthew chapter 22, and starting at verse 32, and it reads, "I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. The Most High is not the God of the dead, but the God but of the living." Okay, so just like that Ecclesiastes said, okay, what did it say? The latter part, it said, "For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest." Okay, so when you're alive, okay, is the time, okay, you have to serve the Lord to the best of your ability. Okay, Because once you die, okay, there's no serving the Lord, okay? You're back in the spirit realm, okay, and you're at rest, all right? So now it's the time to give it your all. From here, let's go to the book of First Corinthians, chapter 16, and starting at verse 15. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 15, and it reads, I beseech you, brethren, ye know the house of Stephanus, that it is the first fruits of Achaia, and that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints. All right. Let's go into this word addicted real quick, because I never actually went into it. The word addicted is the word tasso, and it reads to put in order to station. Um all right. It says to arrange in an orderly manner, i.e. assign or dispose, addict, appoint, all right. To assign, appoint a thing to one, okay. But basically they were what? They were devoted, okay, and to what they were appointed to, all right, which is this work, okay. And this the same mentality and attitude we are to have, all right. From there, let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 6. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 22, and it reads, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. All right. And once again, okay, that word single, when you go into it, okay, it's the Greek word haplos, which means what? Fulfilling your office. Okay. And once again, this is the attitude and mentality we gotta have, because when you think of somebody that's on their job, okay, and they're fulfilling their office, right? They're focused on their duty and what they gotta do. Okay, so they're giving all their attention and their mind onto their task, and this is the same attitude we gotta have when it comes to this work. All right, because there's ultimately this is the job of the Lord that we've been called to, right? The scripture say, roughly paraphrasing, he said, and he delivered unto them different pounds, dealing with that parable. All right, and he said, "Well, occupy until I come." So this is the job and the occupation that we were called to, right? From there, let's go to the book of First Timothy, chapter 4, and verse 15, and it reads, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them. Matter of fact, let's start at 13. This is First Timothy chapter 4 verse 13, and it reads, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Okay, and this is all a part of the work. Okay. It says to reading, to exhortation, and to doctrine. So this is all a part of this truth that we have been awoken unto. Okay, reading these scriptures, okay, going over them, right, getting these things in your mind, reading our history, right. To exhortation, okay, the different videos done by the elders and the apostles and the brothers, right. To doctrine, okay, taking heed once again unto the true and correct leaders, okay. The correct so like the correct doctrine that's being taught, okay. Verse 14, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery, okay. It said, neglect not the gift that was in thee, all right. And what's that gift? It's the gift, it's the gift of faith to believe in this truth, all right. You know, um, verse 15, give thy meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all, okay. It said, give thyself wholly to them. So that's what giving it our all right. From here, let's go to Let's get the book of Sirach, chapter 51 and verse 18. And it reads, "For I purpose to do after her," and this is talking about wisdom, right? Sirach chapter 51 and verse 18, "For I purpose to do after her, and earnestly I follow that which is good, so shall I not be confounded. My soul hath wrestled with her, and in my doings I was exact. I stretched forth my hands to the heaven above, and bewailed my ignorances." Okay? But real quick, it's verse 18 says, "For I purpose to do after her, and earnestly I followed that which is good." Okay? So that was him giving the effort. Okay? That was him giving the effort, right? And it said, earnestly follow that which is good, So what? Giving the effort, okay, is also what? Giving it your all, you know? Verse 19, it says, "My soul hath wrestled with her, and in my doings I was exact. I stretched forth my hands to the heaven above, and bewailed mine ignorances of her. I directed my soul unto her, and I found her in pureness." Right? It said, I directed my soul unto her. Okay? You know? So that's what? That's programming your whole mind, okay, and you're living in your way of being, okay, according to this wisdom. All right? "And I found her in pureness. I have had my heart joined with her from the beginning. Therefore shall I not be forsaken." Okay? You know? So basically, everything he's explaining is what? It's an effort of him applying himself to this wisdom. Okay? So, from here, let's get Ephesians chapter 6. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 13, and it reads, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand." Okay, but it said what? Take unto you the whole armor. Okay, so the whole armor means what? Applying each and everything we read in these scriptures. Okay, because this is ultimately our protection. This is we find all those things in this book. Okay, as we read now, what does it say? "Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth." Okay, what's the truth? These scriptures. Okay, the correct teaching of it, right? "And having on the breastplate of righteousness." Okay, we learn how to be righteous according to what? Reading these scriptures, okay, and reading how Yahweh Shai lived this life, okay, keeping the laws we can keep to the best of our ability, right? Verse 15, "And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace." Okay, once again, that's us. That's reading about Yahweh Shai, all right. Because through him is how we're able to come back and be reconciled with the Father, right? And that word reconcile, when you go into it, means to what? To make friendly again. Okay. Verse 15, 16, "Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked." Okay. The shield of faith, okay, and that's something you gotta continue to pray to the Lord for if you're lacking in it. Okay. Fast and pray to the Lord, okay, whatever it is you gotta do, right? And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. Okay, and that's these scriptures, that's his Bible, all right? Scriptures say the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. Okay? Salvation, right? That's what we find it all in these scriptures, And what applying these what? Is, putting down the whole armor, okay? And that's what giving the effort to apply each and everything that was just mentioned. Okay? But that's the point, just wanted to do a lesson on that, on giving the Lord our all. And Lord's will is edifying, giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit upon me to do this lesson. Double honor unto the elders and the apostles, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all you walking throughout the four corners of the earth, continuing to push and do the works in truth and sincerity. Shalom.